Come on.
del vostro futuro,
Let's go back to the beginning.
dritto, ho dovuto cambiare inquadratura.
Oh, yeah. So I'm not going to the beginning.
C'è il tramonto.
There's a
Sono al
sunset.
tramonto, quindi il sole
Therefore, the
proprio
sun is right in your face, bam,
dritto,
straight. I had to
inquadratura.
change my position.
Vi parlo
I'm talking
dell'applicazione
about the application, the antivirus
Allora,
application.
dovete
Okay, you
capire,
must
italiani,
understand, you Italians,
che se volete
that
vedere
if you
il
want to
vostro
see
futuro,
your future,
ce l'avete già scritto.
it's already written.
Volete vedere il
Do
vostro
you want to
futuro?
see your future?
Basta guardare la
Just
Cina.
look at China.
Tutto quello che viene fatto
Everything
in
that is
Italia
done in Italy
è
is
copiare
a
la Cina.
replication of Italy,
Tutto quello
China.
che succederà in Italia
Everything that will
è
happen in
il
Italy
futuro
is
presente della Cina.
in the future is what's
Mettetelo
happening in
testa,
China at the moment. Put that
ricordatevi
into your head.
queste parole.
Remember these words.
Guardate l'Italia
Look at
ora,
Italy
guardate
now,
la
look at
Cina
China
ora.
now.
I cinesi sono
The
più
Chinese
avanti
are more
in tutto.
advanced in everything.
Sono avanti nella
They're advanced. Well, they're
tecnologia, sono in avanti
in advanced in
nella
technology,
telefonia,
telephony,
sono in avanti nel controllo delle masse
mass control,
e quel controllo,
and that
quella
control, that localization.
posso dire, quel
What can I
seguire
call it? The following the
sarà
citizens
riportato
shall
anche in
be
Italia.
copied
Quindi
in Italy.
siamo
Therefore,
la situazione è molto chiara.
the
Qua si
situation is
parla
very clear.
di 5G,
We're
antenne
talking
molto
about
fitte,
5G, very thick
face
antennas,
recognition,
face
cioè
recognition,
riconoscimento facciale, impronte digitali,
fingerprint recognition, retina recognition, applications,
denaro digitale,
money, digital money,
limitazioni della libertà,
freedom, restriction of
vaccini,
liberty, vaccines,
nanotecnologie.
nanotechnology.
Questo è quello che sta
This is what
facendo la Cina.
China is doing.
E questo è quello
And
che
therefore,
vogliono
this is what
imporre in
they
Italia,
want to impose,
ovvio.
obviously, in Italy as
Allora,
well.
con la scusa di questo
Therefore, with the
virus,
excuse of this virus, the Gynovirus,
hanno
they
imposto
have
questa applicazione. Allora, parliamoci
imposed
chiaro.
this application. So let's
L'applicazione non
speak
serve a un
honestly. This
Non è
application is
necessario,
no
però
use
gli
at all. It's not necessary.
devono far
However, the
passare
Italians want to
che
make it look like
se ce l'hanno
if they have it installed on their mobile phones, it is better, their iPhones. That way they can check
l'evoluzione
the evolution of
del
the
virus.
virus,
Dove va,
where
dove
it
si
goes,
muove
where
il
it
virus,
moves, where the
che
virus
se ci
moves.
sono
If there
delle
are any
persone che
people
guariscono,
that
che
get
prendono il
better,
virus,
that
vanno
catch the
in amici,
virus,
controllano
if
tutto.
it's
Con la scusa
relatives, friends, they check
dell'applicazione
everything.
controllano tutti. Però loro dicono
However, they say that no, the application does not have geolocalization. No, the application does not foresee that there will be the name of who uses it. So are they taking the mick, the piss? If there's no geolocalization, it means that they don't know where it is. How could that be if you're in Milan or Rome? How do they know? If there's no name, if your name is not there, how do they know who the person is? Therefore, they are saying some absolutely enormous, ridiculous shit. They know exactly who you are, what you're doing, and where you are. But they say they're protecting privacy. That's absolutely bollocks. There's no way you can have an application that's supposed to follow a virus and the diffusion and the movement of the virus if you don't know who has it and where it goes. I mean, come on, it's logical, it's normal. If you do the application on a mobile phone but they can't know who has it and where it goes. That's not true. In fact, it follows you, this application. They say it is facultative. However, they are playing on the ignorance of the masses. The masses, the people, will install any application, then they install it and they forget it, and in the meantime they're following you. It's a bit like a game. You install a game from Facebook. From this they can see your movements, your photos, everything. You forget about it, but in the meantime they have it on your phone, your smartphone. Therefore, once you've installed it, you're fucked. Many have informed me that the Vodafone clients receive the SMS to install the application. Have you understood? They're already promoting the application, installation of the application. They promote with the following. Oh, hang on. Let's start again from this bit here. You understand? They already are promoting the installation of the application They do promotions with the usual actors, singers. They're showing that it's such a great thing to do. Install it, that everybody likes it. They've even gone to Ferrari. They've convulged them. The workers of Ferrari, the poor men, they told them, look, you must install the application. Therefore, this way we can go back to work and we can check you. But we won't really check you. It's facultative. But we do strongly recommend to do it. You understand? It's all really it's on the borderline of, therefore they cannot force people legally. They say to you, well, we advise it to you strongly. We strongly advise you could have some problems, but we can't force you. It's all very subtle. This application, we must say, has been created by a company called Bending Spoons. Usually they work bending spoons. Let me just, hang on, let me just go back over. Did he say the name is Bending Spoons or the company? I think he said, oh, he's pronouncing it in German. Let me just check.
Perché siccome non possono obbligare la gente legalmente, vi dicono, vabbè, ma noi ve lo consigliamo fortemente. Potreste avere dei problemi, però non possiamo obbligarvi. È tutto molto sottile. C'è da dire che questa applicazione è stata creata da una società che si chiama Bending Spoons.
Yeah, he's saying Bending Spoons. I thought he was saying as in a German word. So the company is called Bending Spoons, not spoons as in German. That's a strange name, Bending Spoons. Who are the spoons and who is the application? Okay, here the interpreter wants to comment. As you probably all know, that bending spoons is something done with people who can do mind over matter. I don't know what it's called again. Not telepathic, but anyway, something to do with that. Let's proceed. This company, this young company, I don't know why they're so young and they have such a application. Were they shelled for this application? How? I don't know. There's not much to know. If there's a public competition, they offered, as we've understood, to supply freely the software, the application. Excuse me. Therefore, quickly. But in Italy, let's just say, can nobody in Italy do something quickly and free? I wonder. Quickly and freely, an application in Italy. To see, check people. Then you find out that some of the shareholders, associates of this company, are the sons of Berlusconi. So, what did he say? Lago di Aggo. Okay, let's go over that.
Scopri che alcuni titolari, alcuni soci di questa società sono i figli di Berlusconi, del Nano di Arco.
Nano di Arco. Okay, we have to go over that one again. Nano di Arco.
Alcuni soci di questa società sono i figli di Berlusconi, del Nano di Arco.
Okay, that must be a name for Berlusconi. Then you find out that the supply, obviously free supply, and they don't make any profit out of this, or any money. Why would this company want to invest resources, right, and not earn anything? It's strange. In Italy, where everything has to... hang on, let me just check. Dove ti fanno pagare tu. That's a contradiction to what he said earlier, because he said he was going to give it free. So...
E non guadagnare niente. Ma è strano. In Italia, dove ti fanno pagare tutto.
Okay, so strange in Italian, dove ti fanno pagare tutto. I think he's referring to the Italy making the companies pay for the production rather than the company, the Italian companies. Yeah, so he must be meaning that the company needs money to cover the costs of production. Let's go ahead. Even Porro said it. He pointed out
la società è
He
di
said
Berlusconi,
the
però il
company
software è gratuito.
is of Berlusconi, but the software is free.
Ma porco cazzo.
Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Ma anche Facebook è gratuito.
But even Facebook is free.
Anche Twitter è
Even
gratuito.
Twitter is free.
Anche Google è gratuito.
Even Google
Ma
is
porco
free.
cazzo.
Okay, here we're going to go back to his last video where he says he makes things very simple for the masses to understand. Hint, hint.
Grazie
They live thanks to
agli utenti.
the users.
Ogni utente
Every
sono
user
dati. Non mi
is
viene
data.
in mente che una società
They
privata
doesn't come into their mind that a
grazie
private
al
company will have,
governo, al supporto
thanks to the
del
government, the government
grazie alla
support,
pubblicità del governo,
publicity of the
dati
government,
degli utenti. No,
the
perché
data of the
dati ci
users.
sono, ci
No,
saranno,
because the data
hanno
will be there.
l'identificazione
They
delle
have
persone,
identification
hanno
of
i
the
numeri di
people. They have the telephone
hanno
numbers.
dove vivono.
They have where they live.
Società privata.
By the way, any English people or Americans reading this would like to look up who Berlusconi is. He still does own or is basically a magnate for a lot of TV companies and radio. I mean, he's been buying them all up. Anyway, that's just to let you know. They're private, but these data, how do they manage them? Who do they give them? Who do they give them to? Then you find out that Google sent data, Facebook sold data. Well, if Facebook sells them, which is the largest, I also expect that Bending Spoons can sell data. Nobody never does. There's no such thing as a free lunch in Italy. Therefore, especially if names like nanodiarchery, I'm presuming he's referring to Berlusconi, is involved. The nanodiarchery means the dwarf of archery, so I'm presuming Berlusconi is somewhere from archery. Let me look this up. I don't want to be giving you the wrong information, because nano can also be with nanotechnology. Nanodiarchery, it must be an area, obviously. Well, it is Berlusconi. Why is he called nanodiarchery? It doesn't say. I think it actually comes from a song, a traditional song, The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. Yeah, it's something about, well, if you look up The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, you'll find it anyway. So it's a very popular film in Italy, that one. I think it's got Terence, what was his name? It was, I think, the 1970s or something. Anyway, there we go. Therefore, this application will follow you. It has been created to follow you and to collect your data capture. But the most serious thing, people will say, okay, let's just not download it. They don't download it. The worst thing is that at the beginning,
nella stanza di un possibile controllo delle masse, perché un attimo dire.
Okay, so he's saying it's the first step, the beginning of putting your foot in the door for control of the masses, but he doesn't explain if they're not downloading it. I think he means even if you don't. Let me just check. So this application is necessary to follow the infected people, hypothetically infected. And there it can also tell you who is infected, as already happens in China, cannot get a bus. Yeah. An airplane can no longer enter a bar. Now, hang on a second. They haven't said this yet, but please note, Italians, that in China, the people who have this application, okay, I want to check that. He's saying that anyone in China that has this application is already not allowed to go into any public place. I don't know if he meant with or without infections. As I said, because my translating is segmented, you have to refer back to the beginning. To me, it wasn't very clear, but let's proceed and see if it becomes clearer along the line.
svolgi il tuo telefonino.
So you use your scanner.
Se appare la luce verde,
Aha.
puoi entrare.
Yeah, so it is if you're infected. He says if you use your scanner, the phone scan the phone, and if the green light turns on, then you can go in. So he's talking about infected people, which is a bit strange. I suppose that means that when the people get tested, they have to, the results go straight onto a computer. Obviously, if the computer does it immediately.
Se appare la luce rossa, stai fuori.
If the red light turns on, you're going to stay out. You're going to be left outside. Again, this might be even if they haven't got the results yet.
Capito?
Do you understand?
Avete capito?
Have you understood?
Questo sta succedendo in Cina.
This is happening in China.
E voi non ve ne rendete conto perché
And you don't realize this because it's a different situation. Moreover, I must add that in China, they have said that China is closed. It was never closed. They have closed one city, but China is enormous, and in truth, the rest of this China, there has not been contaminated people. That's strange because Wuhan is the crossing point, the meeting point of the different communication roads. Centro nevralgico. So one is a center point for meeting point for rails and roads. It's a neurological center. I think he means like it's the brain center. Let me just check. Centro nevralgico. Nevralgico traduzione. Now, I think he's being ironic here. He's saying there's been no, obviously we're going to proceed and it's obvious, but he's saying that there must be more cases than in the rest of China than mentioned. And obviously here I'd like to point out that if people in China cannot go into a shop unless they've got a barcode on their whatever it is they use, like it is neuralgic, but I think you could say more like a brain center or even a transport center or coordination center. Concentration might just be a good one. Capital, yeah, concentration. Obviously, then you would not be reporting a dead person in China if they haven't been registered in the first place. Anyway, let's proceed. Not even one contaminated person. That's strange. In Italy, and you're saying that in China, apart from one, there's nobody. That's strange. But thanks to this thing, they are putting the application in China to be controlled, to control the masses. In a way, in maniera, in legge, did he say? Hang on, sorry. This is a problem when you don't have an earphone.
Cosa mettono in Cina l'applicazione per essere controllati, controllare le masse in maniera di legge.
Yes, by legal method. There's still not a law enforcement. It's not legally binding in Italy, but they hand it to you on a little platter, on a golden plate. They're saying that they're educating you to use the application. They're starting to experiment on part of the population, the functioning of the application, i.e., therefore they're testing, thanks to the idiots who are installing this application. Did he say test or no? He did, yeah. The movements of the persons and their reactions. You are offering freely as guinea pigs. You're retarded and fucked, basically. They're giving you this application free because you're going to be their guinea pigs. Shit, no, are they paying you? No, but you're still doing it free. You're going to be their guinea pig for free with a very stupid application. After this, they'll say, hey, no, dear me, we changed the rules. Now we're going to put in a law and you cannot use public transport if you are contaminated. But since they foresee that this virus will come back in the summer and the winter, practically they have put into people's head that this virus, which is one like many others, every now and then can come back. And so he's saying even if it hasn't, hang on, sorry.
Mettiamo una legge e tu non puoi usare I mezzi pubblici se sei contaminato. Ma siccome loro prevedono che questo ginovirus si ripresenti di estate, di inverno, praticamente hanno messo nella testa della gente che questo virus, che è uno come tanti altri, ogni tanto può saltare fuori. E quindi, è saltato fuori, tu sei contaminato, non puoi andare da nessuna parte. Stanno facendo questo.
Okay, here again, I'm translating what he's saying. I'm going to translate what he says literally. He says, if it comes back again and the virus comes back again, that's what they're foreseeing. That he then, without saying a conjugation, why, then, therefore, or something, he's just saying the next sentence is you were contaminated. I don't know if he means that if the virus comes back, they automatically suppose that you were contaminated, or you might be contaminated as variable B to A. So the first variable is that A has to happen. The second one is that B has to happen, that you have to be contaminated as well. I don't know if he means that it doesn't matter for about B, but automatically that if A happens, then automatically they consider you contaminated. In any case, the result is, the outcome will be that, and this is where it doesn't really matter if it's not clear from his original text what he's saying, but the result in any case, the outcome is he's suggesting, is that you won't be able to travel on the train or the bus. Control of the masses. But another thing also, which is more serious, more annoying, we know that Zingaretti has put obligatory vaccinations in Lazio. And he is a poor laughed after. I won't say he's now here. Greg is making kind of like ridiculing this person's laughter, so I can't imitate that. You can look it up on his YouTube channel, saying he's got mental health issues. But the Venetians adore, and I don't forget things, the Zaya governor, and I will not forget where Zaya came from and what he did, because okay, so here he's saying that the Venetians are kind of arse lickers, I think, beggar arse lickers who listen to anything. To Governatore Zaya, he is the one that he was at the Moses tables, he knew everything, and the money disappeared, and he was good. The Zaya senator is the one that closes the hospitals and then opens them again during the coronavirus, the Gynovirus. He does everything at reverse, I think he's trying to say. He licks his hair, gets some lectures, some speeches ready, doesn't know anything. However, he's a great smooth operator. He follows he goes on the wave of the Venetians' moods. As long as you say that he will vote for freeing Venice, he says he will, and he never did it in 20 years. You've always been not non-autonomous. He is the one who will tell you by Venice, made in Italy, Venice. Whilst in the meantime, the Venetian economy has gone downhill, is basically failed. But it's not because on his own, it's because of his government. I've seen nothing positive from Zaino. He's done nothing for Venice. And also Zaina is the person that just said that the application, he wants it in Venice, he wants it to be obligatory for all the Venetians. Clap, clap, applaud. So you Venetians, you haven't understood F all. I tell you, first of all, because the people from Lazio will get boo-boo, and he's holding a syringe in his hand. They will have obligatory vaccinations. Instead, the Venetians shall be followed obligatory according to Zaya, 24 hours a day, 365 a year. That's what your governor said. But if Venice should ever apply a law of this type, make the application obligatory, it would be
verrebbe applicata a quel punto in tante altre.
Sarebbe un, sorry, I'll have to get an earphone, but then you wouldn't be able to hear. It would be
applicare una legge di questo tipo, rendere l'applicazione obbligatoria, sarebbe un domino.
A domino effect. It would be applied to a lot of other regions and also at a national level, because we know that something that starts then has a domino effect. This is the first person that said to use the application for everybody obligatorily. I don't forget these. The Xia governor, they want Venice to be autonomous. They want the secession of Venice, and he's the first to ask the control of the Venetians between one glass and another of wine, between one swear word and another. I know that you have balls, but sometimes you also have to switch on your brain every now and then. Listen to someone who's taken the piss out of you for 20 years. He's somebody who has tolerated the theft of the banks, or the bank of Vicenza and Zonino, knew everything. He sat at the tables with everybody. Again, I'll stop there. When we say sat at the tables with everybody, he means he fraternized. He was on everybody's side, you know. He's a Jack the player, or the Joker. And he was one who will give you such a big kick up the ass, like let you down, you know. He will let you down big time. That's it. Let's not joke about the fact that he's a successor. You will be controlled by the free. So from being the most free in the whole country, you'll be the first to be controlled. You'll be the champions of the world of bullshit. So you should send everybody to tomar por culo. Now I think that's a Spanish to say like F off, and throw him everything after him, and throw out some people like, did Xia, did he say quickly? Come on. Oh no, it's gone to the beginning. Come on, I'm going to put this on pause.
Io non me le dimentico le cose. Governatore
Xia
vuole il Veneto.
He wants Venice autonomous. He wants the secession of the Venice, but he's the first to ask the control of Venetians. Between one glass and the other of wine, try between one and the next swear words. I know that you have balls, but you must also sometimes switch on your brain. You're listening to somebody who's taken the piss out of you for 20 years. He's tolerated the theft of the... we're going over the same things. Vicenza di Zorino. Okay, here we got to the part where he says he sat at everybody's table, and he's also will let you down so big time that let's forget about things like succession. You'll be controlled by from being the first ones to be free. You'll be the first to be controlled. You're the champions of the world in being taken the piss off. So you must send people all of these people to F off and give them the installation back, throw it back at them, and kick out some of the... Okay, here again, I didn't hear the word. Yeah, so it is to kick out Xia, some of these type of people as senators, boss of Venice, the boss of Venice, because everything, he does everything basically, so he's the boss, he knows everybody. Are you taking the piss? Obviously that's not true. Or else you will be checked every day. You must work, you have to be checked, and don't complain. Work, control, and don't complain about it. A little bit of wine, but not too much, or the application will also tell you how much wine you have to drink, or you can drink. So guys, either in Italy, start using your brain instead of making easy propaganda.
Ragazzi, o in Italia incominciate a ragionare invece di fare facili,
instead of doing easy propaganda, pro-bullisms, kicking everyone out, the Lega, the 5-star. You must forget them. They've destroyed everything. They're your enemies. Not go around saying, what did he do for Lombardy, for Venice and Naples? Campania, De Luca. De Luca, wake up. In Campania, you're showing off, but you're letting a person who can't read and write take the piss out of you. Are you serious? Either in Italy you either have prosciutto and pasta on your eyes, or you need someone out of Italy to tell you that they're taking the piss out of you in every region, in every city, in every province, in every small country area. You will be controlled. They are starting. They are starting now. Slowly.